Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here with the JaYoe Nation, JaYoe Conversation. This is just going to be really an update, sort of like a diary entry. I have come to the end of the Xi'an experience, so the Shaanxi province trip that you've been watching over the course of quite some time is finishing. I hope you liked it. There were some funny moments, some interesting moments. There's some stuff I wish I recorded more. I wish I would have recorded more of that puppet show and the conversation that I had with some of the YouTubers there, and also the section where I was looking at those kids doing those grain measurements and stuff. I think that would have been a nice opportunity. I think I did do pretty well with my time though, and beyond the controversy, this crazy controversy that has been coming up around it, I think it did pretty well. The whole trip was organized by CRI, which was this group that sort of a craziness. Just as a recap, I mean, the original trip had a couple of things I really wanted to do, which was I wanted to take everybody on the wall around Xi'an, which I thought was interesting. I wanted everybody to go to the Terracotta Warriors, which is what we did do. I wanted everybody to go on Huashan, and all of those things were on the original itinerary. But a bunch of things were left off, and I was a bit jaded. I still am. I was frustrated that those notable spots that I really wanted to go were left off, and but I think that we made the best of it. We had a really good time. Everybody on the trip, I think, can look back now and say that they had a pretty good time. Will I do future trips like that? I think I will, you know. I just got to make sure that the group of people that I go with are good, and that the itinerary that was set forth originally is stuck to. There's been some talk about the fairness of us going on trips like this, and how you should just go by yourself. Because going by yourself is the truest way to do it. Or there's some strange arguments here. I think if somebody offers me an opportunity to go someplace that it would be a little bit difficult to go to otherwise, or there was some festival going on at that time and it was arranged already, especially with the hotels and COVID and traveling during COVID and having the ability to be part of a tour, it has a little bit more clout to it in order to break down boundaries that might be able to prevent you from going certain places. So I will always take opportunities. I don't care if you think it's wrong. If there's an opportunity there that has no malice to it, I'm going to take it. If you're jealous that we have these opportunities, then I don't know what to say about you. Just, if the opportunity was to come up to you, I think that you'd probably take it as well. But it was fun. I strengthened my relationship. I'm not going to edit this talk. I strengthened my relationship with Lee Barrett and the other YouTubers on the trip, and Mexicanos in China. Maybe we go out and see Mexicanos in China, because they're not too far away from here, actually. They're like a short train ride. So that might be nice. As far as next episodes, you're going to have, I'm not sure. I have to wait out a little bit of time, because I went on this trip to Chaozhou, Lijiang, Chengdu, and Dunhuang with CCTV. They did their show, and I was doing my vlogs separately. Separately, sort of woven in. They were actually videotaping me as I did my vlogs. It's very, very cool. But they had kind of let me know that any of the content that wasn't part of their finished product of the show, they would like to give to me to produce my YouTube videos. And what a great opportunity, because they had video shot of me as I was vlogging in so many scenarios. They even had me giving interviews to people that I think may or may not make it into their final product. And if they don't make it into their final product, it means that I can deliver it to you within my final product, which is the YouTube videos. What an interesting opportunity to make a new type of vlog that I don't think I've ever done it, other than having my own TV show in China and then having to be able to script things and having a cameraman outside. I don't think I've ever had somebody just so dedicated to recording me as I'm recording. And so I need to wait for them to finish their project before they send me a hard drive full of the footage that was left on the cutting room floor. The reason why I think there's a lot of footage on the cutting room floor is because they're compressing each location, Chaozhou, Lijiang, Chengdu, and Dunhuang, into a 7-minute episode. The rest of it, I mean, we were at each location for like 3 days. And so for them to use only 7 minutes of shooting that we shot in each location for 3 days each, oh boy, there's going to be some beautiful stuff that they haven't used. So I don't want to get started with that project, editing it for my YouTube channel, until those episodes he's finished, and then he can give me anything that he wants. I'll be open to whatever. If he sends me a couple of clips, that'd be great. If he sends me a ton of clips, even better. Better for you, better for me, and honestly better for his project too, because his project is sort of giving kudos to a vlogger in China, and the better my vlogs are, the better that his product will be in highlighting me as I travel through these places. So I'm very, very interested in doing a good job on those. I want to take my time on those, and you know, I think tomorrow's episode of Eva getting the haircut, which is you're going to see in the travel vlog, is going to be the last episode that I have finished. I do have something. Now, I don't know. I'm going to put this out to you guys. A couple of things. This is going to be a bit of just a housekeeping episode, you'd say. So I have, when COVID happened in 2019, oh, those many years ago, feels like forever. When COVID hit China, I was getting ready to take a break from my cycling tour and spend Chinese New Year with my Chinese family, Eva and Annie. My plan was only to stay 2 weeks, and after that I was going to return to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia and continue my cycling tour towards Singapore, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand. When I got to China, okay, so what I did is I packed up my trike. It's in a hotel, actually. If you guys don't know, I'm riding this 3-wheeled cycle. It's a very specialized recumbent trike. That's what my plan is, to cycle around the world using this thing. But the trike I left in the employee parking lot at a place called the May Tower, a really, really nice hotel. I'm so glad. I take trips, breaks from my trip periodically to come back, spend Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, things with my daughter, and see Ningbo. And every time I take a stop, I might be at a hostel, I might be at a guest house, I might be at a hotel. And I have to go to that hotel and say, hey guys, can you hold on to my trike for a couple of days? I'll be back, but I just left to go to China, to go home base for a while. I'll be back. And I have left my trike in a moist basement of a sort of broken down hostel. I've left it in a restricted area, parking area of a hotel. I've left it in a homestay, somebody's garage. You know, I've left it in a number of places. Some places are time sensitive. I can't keep it there too long, but hey, I'm only going to be gone for a couple of days. It's okay. I remember I left it in a parking lot in the basement of a really big hotel, and I was worried that somebody was going to abduct it, you know. It was locked, but it was just pretty much sitting there. You could take it. I mean, so lucky that I left the trike in this I chose, when I got to Kuala Lumpur, I had been riding through very hot, dry areas of Malaysia on my way from Penang all the way. Actually, well, it wasn't Penang. Where was it? Camden Highlands. I was riding from the Camden. You guys, I'm getting to the point of this. The Camden Highlands is an amazing story. You guys haven't seen it yet. Anyways, I went from the Camden Highlands to Kuala Lumpur. When I got to Kuala Lumpur, I was like, you know what? I got a couple of days before I go back to visit Eva and Annie for Chinese New Year. I'm going to stay at someplace nice. Now, someplace nice for me is like $60 a night. I think it was 60, about $30 to $60, $50 a night. And that's splurging it for me. So I chose this May Tower, and I told the guys at the front desk, I'm a YouTuber, I gave them my cards. I always carry business cards with me. It's very useful when I go to a hotel to tell them, hey, I'm a YouTuber, I'm traveling around the world on my trike. This is my trike. They always go, oh, wow, that's cool. And then I give them my card. And golly, when I gave them my card, I had like 50 or 60,000 subscribers. Now I have 110,000 subscribers as I'm recording this. And the weight of your YouTube channel gives you certain credit in places. I mean, you're a big YouTuber. Okay, well, maybe I haven't gotten to the point where I get free hotel rooms yet, but I do get, well, my videos are typically friendly, you know, so I get people watch my channel, and then the next day, or even later in the evening when I go to leave the hotel, the front desk person is always like, oh, I just watched your last episode. It was pretty cool, you know, so they're actually watching the episodes, and so it earns me some friendship credit. And I normally leverage that friendship credit if I'm going to take a trip home to Ningbo. And so back in, when did I finish? It was February, right? Something around the end of, towards the end of February. When was it? Yeah, it was towards the end of February, because I had taken Christmas. And then I went back to Thailand, cycled to Malaysia, and then I took another break. And so, Chinese New Year. And so, yeah, because we were moving into our new apartment. Oh my gosh, so many things happened. 2020, holy crap. Anyways, I told him I was going to be leaving. I had my pannier bags full of my equipment. I had all of my lav mics, different camera gear. I had all sorts of stuff that I was like, I'm going to leave it here. There's no need for me to bring it. I think my drone is there. No, I brought my drone back. Anyways, I had big bags my bags full of stuff, pannier bags, and I had my trike. And I asked him, hey, can I keep my trike here for a few days, maybe a week? I'll be back. And when I did that, because they had been watching my videos, they'd been really, really friendly. I'd been striking up a relationship with the manager there. He's like, I got the best place for you. And so he let me park my trike at a employee secure parking lot. It had cameras, security, very few cars went in there. They were all employees, and they wrapped the trike in a tarp, and they tied the tarp down. So although Malaysia is sort of a humid place and somewhat subtropical, you might consider it, it's buttoned up tight. I think, besides, I'm sure there's been some typhoons and stuff in the last year that have hit the area, but I think that the trike is very safe and secure. It might need some polishing and scrubbing and some oiling, but it's certainly not sitting in some humid basement or sitting out in the open somewhere, and it's secure. And I have sent them messages to let them know, hey, do you know where my trike is? Is it okay? Are you guys doing okay? Because I do have some friends in Kuala Lumpur and in the neighboring cities around Malaysia, and I could probably send somebody over there to take it off their hands if something happened. I was actually worried with COVID and them being a hotel that they might shut down. I'm sure there's a lot of businesses that cater to tourists and travelers that don't have tourists and travelers and can't take the time and the loss over that time to stay sustainable. Another reason why I'm glad I picked a fairly name brand hotel, because if I picked a little homestay or a hostel, I'm sure there's a lot of those that went out of business during this period of time. Anyways, my trike is okay. Now, when I finished at that day, I was still making daily videos of my tour. But I had fallen behind by about 2 weeks. So I had about 14 or 15 episodes that I had been posting. And you guys have never seen them before. Me cycling out of Thailand, crossing the border into Malaysia, island hopping where were those islands? Langkawi? Was that Langkawi? Yeah, I think it was Langkawi. and Krabi, leaving Krabi, and then bouncing in Penang. I have some amazing episodes in Georgetown and Penang. If you guys don't know where Georgetown is, I do an amazing introduction because I am so excited about this place. It's so great. And then I met up with a friend of mine, and we took a ride all the way up to the Camden Highlands, and or Cameron. I think it's a Cameron or the Camden. Cameron. And the way up in the mountains in Malaysia, in the center of the country, and rice fields and interesting people and interactions, and just, it's a really, really good set of episodes that no one's ever seen before. And I was thinking that maybe, and I'm not 100% sure, I'm kind of throwing it out to you guys, would you guys like me to go back? Because I'll tell you my original intention. I didn't know how long this COVID thing was going to last. And I thought, I have all of these episodes waiting. I thought maybe if I feel like I'm going to return to the road soon, I can start introducing those episodes leading up until the time that I start the tour again. And that time seems farther and farther away. I'm hearing crazy stories from America. I feel like the holiday has just wreaked havoc. I think that people are complacent because they think the vaccine's coming. I think, and I actually have a video I want to make about mutating viruses that I'm very frustrated about. But I feel like if this virus mutates and the vaccines that we've been developing are no longer valid, basically there is a chain that's holding on to the normal world where COVID is under control, everything's good, right? And slowly we're trying to pull that universe back into our universe. It's a little bit farther away. And we have a chain. And each chain link is a country. And each country is doing different things to control the virus. And we are only, as there's that saying, we are only as strong as a human race as our weakest link. And there are some links, like China, with regards to the virus, that have done very well. The link is very strong. Virus comes, we take care of it. We close down cities, we do different things. Contact tracing here is great, blah, blah, blah. And we're still doing the vaccine. All of these things are going on here in China at the same time. But you have other countries like America and the UK and different countries who are important links in that chain. They're smaller links and bigger links. And those places are very, very important hub links to that chain that's holding on to the universe I want to get to. And most of us, all of us, want to get to. And those are weak links. Because all you got to do is look at the statistics. People are dying at a horrible rate. They continue to rise in numbers. This idea that we're going to, obviously that people are thinking either the vaccine is going to save us, or, herd mentality. Well, I think we're seeing what happens with herd mentality, and in the fact that the more we let this virus replicate, the more chance there is that a mutation, which mutations happen all the time. These are not surprises. I mean, I have videos way back in the day where I said there's a very big opportunity. If we let this virus go rampant, it's going to mutate a lot. And 90%, 99% of mutations don't really do anything. They do something to the code here and there that doesn't really affect the outward effect of the virus on people or the organism that they're attacking. But if you change the right sequence of code at the right point in the genetic code of that virus, you can create something that makes the virus even worse. And it looks like South Africa has a mutation and the UK has a mutation, and the more and these mutations are already somewhat making it more adverse. It could be much worse if we let it continue to go out rampant before we can actually get a lid on this thing. So I'm feeling like the universe where I get back on the road and I cycle freely from country to country like I used to is still pretty far off. So my question to you is, would you like to take a little sabbatical with me? A little vacation, and we go back and we catch up to the point where I stopped the travel vlogs and I started the COVID vlogs, basically, because there was like this COVID vlog period. That's what I'm saying, is because I didn't get there. When I went home to Ningbo, COVID started to explode. And I realized, holy shit, I am in a weird place, Ningbo, in China, as an American expat, on the ground during a potentially virulent epidemic, potentially turning pandemic. It wasn't even it was a pandemic at the time. We just didn't realize it. It was November. It had already been so many different places. But it was being discovered in China at the time. And I thought I could either deliver all those old episodes and be 2 weeks behind on a very, very fast-moving story, this COVID situation, or I could put all those episodes aside and then focus on the now, which was this COVID issue. And so I started making more timely videos instead of doing my 2 weeks delayed videos of my tour. But now I have a window here. I have a lot of videos from CCTV. I think I have upwards of 40 or 50 episodes from my time on CCTV traveling all those places. I was recording constantly, but I don't want to get into those until I get the content from CCTV guys. So I have this sort of forced break. Now there's two things I'd like to suggest here. One is, well, three things. One is I continue to do these sort of monologues where I talk about shit going down around the world and my perspective from China, because I think shit is going to continue to go down around the world, if not accelerate. So that's one. Two, I am studying Chinese. As a matter of fact, in front of me, I have, my Chinese cards. I am really, really focused on Chinese. I am taking lessons with my old teacher, and we are cranking away at my Chinese lesson, and I'm thinking I might like to allocate a little bit more time to studying Chinese. So I have that as a personal thing. I'm kind of going back and getting an interesting refresher course on what I knew and sort of lost over time, as well as learning new stuff. And I'm happy about it. I'm thinking that I've been in China for a long time, and I think I should probably put my nose to the grindstone a little bit. Better late than never to study Chinese more than I already have. My conversational Chinese is okay. You've heard me speak it in the last few episodes. But my reading of the Chinese is not perfect. And I had known about 350 to 400 characters. But that was a long time ago, and it's sort of, if you don't work the muscle, it wears. So there's that. Talking about working muscles, I'm exercising a lot. I'm trying to get physically fit. Although my Everest expedition in 2021 looks farther and farther away every day, I still think it's important to stay healthy and fit, and doing my diet and everything makes me feel comfortable and happy. So that's going. But until I get that stuff from the CCTV, do I start delivering episodes from my traveling way back in 2019? It would actually, I think it would start just before Christmas in 2019. That's when I took a break. Eva unwrapped presents. Did you see that episode where Eva unwrapped her presents for 2019? And then after that, I returned to Thailand. I made my way to Malaysia, and I did a whole bunch of fun things. I went to a bird's nest house where I explored the interior of a bird's nest house. Did a lot of different things. If you're on my Patreon, you've probably seen a lot of these things. But if you're not on because my Patreon, I've kind of given them sneak peeks at episodes that you guys have never seen if you're not a patron. But if you think that that would be a weird shakeup, and maybe I should save those episodes when I get closer to returning to the tour, that would be a good lead up, let me know. If you think, why not? We go back, we talk a little bit, we take a few weeks, whether I get the content from when I get the content from CCTV, I'm going to have to process that content too. So that's going to take a lot of time, because I have extra cameras and extra drones that they're going to give me shots from. So they're going to be fairly intricate episodes, and I want to give them the due justice that I feel they deserve. So having a few weeks or maybe even a month of content for you to check out my cycling tour might be good, but it also might be confusing. So this episode's gone long. I'm going to end it. So what do you think? Should I give you should we go back in time to the cycling tour? I could still space it out like one every other day, and then kind of have these talks in between where I kind of maybe even lead into, maybe I could do like an episode on tour and then the behind the scenes of that episode. which would be interesting because there was a lot of stuff that went on, you know, where today I'm looking at it from that perspective, and I could share a whole bunch of stuff and be like, hey, that was an and also preview the next episode. So we could kind of like do an episode from the past. I talk about that episode, and then I talk about the potential in the next episode, and then rinse and repeat in with local topical information as well. I hope some of you actually listened all the way through to this, because if you do want me to go back, there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section that are going to be like, this guy's channel is too confusing. I don't want to follow this guy anymore. No harm, no foul. Anyways, tomorrow you're going to get Eva cutting her hair. I hope you enjoy it. And after that, what do you think? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. And yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be fun, whatever the case. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Be safe. Wear your mask. How did that Georgia election go?